Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, we're still in summer, and you know what? It's been okay. Had a few warm days, but excuse me. Today I want to talk to you more about eating and what happens if you go fall off your diet. Well, eating is a very heavy part of being a diabetic. If you have any conditions that you can't eat or don't feel like you really want to eat, you want to make sure that you deal with these, because that's too bright. Sometimes people are worried that I'm going to gain weight. Oh, now there's a condition that a lot of lady diabetics, ladies, girls, whatever you want to call them, will tend to do, which is very detrimental to their health and could lead to an eating addiction, an eating issue. First of all, is your body's going to need calories to live. Yes, it's going to be a little bit difficult to keep weight under totally tight control. But again, society puts so much norms onto us that you don't really know what to deal with and how to look, and oh my god, look at my thighs. Oh, but you know what? If you're a young teenage girl, things will work out. If you're exercising correct amount and you're eating what you should be eating, then things will work out. You don't want to starve yourself. First of all, you don't want to starve yourself as anyone. Second of all, you don't want to starve yourself as a diabetic. And you need to learn and deal with whatever feelings you have. Now, I know when I was diagnosed, there was different way of looking at eating. You had to eat, what was I on? I was on 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, obviously, and then I had to have 2 snacks. And the snacks were always sort of inconvenient. Well, not so much when I was at school, but once I got out into working world, snacks were always difficult. And I ended up having the wrong type of things, for the first day. Oh, well, I forgot my snacks. Here, off the store shelf, I'll take this and buy it first, and eat it. But then it got into a recurring habit. Oh, I've got money. And I can remember one day I was going out to do something, and my mother said, well, do you have something sweet in your pocket? And I said, no, but I've got money. That's not going to really help if you're low, because you're unable to get to things. So you've got to eat the correct amount of calories to live, and cutting back to nothing and stopping taking insulin for your weight isn't going to help. What's going to end up happening is you're going to get sick. And trust me, you're going to get heading for a DKA. Now, I've shared stories about people in the States who have used insulin sparingly because it costs so much. and some of them have died. You don't want to die. Oh, but yes, I'll look so good. Really? Your mind starts playing tricks on you. And, oh, look, I'm looking so thin. And you start looking at yourself the wrong way. You want to look at yourself where people will not look at you like you're sick. But you, in your mind, you're looking great. You need to have enough insulin and enough food. Now, we talked about that the insulin's there to make sure you have the energy. Now, if you've ever come unconscious from uneating, you're going to end up having headaches. And so the best rule of thumb, there's my thumb, rule of thumb, is that you can eat sensibly. Now, you're going to need some carbohydrates. Your body lives off carbohydrates. And don't sort of sit there and say, oh, well, I'll just have a salad. Salads aren't going to cut it. Now, I'm not saying you need to have gross amount of food, because that can lead to other complications. But you want to ensure that you have enough eatings that you need to live. Now, first of all, as you enter teenagehood is a great time for you to sit down and have a talk with a dietitian. There are many of them around. They're at the hospitals, they're at diabetic education, and learn how much carbs you should have at each meal. Now, I was always under the mindset, and I guess I still sort of am, that I have to eat every meal. And that's not necessarily true anymore, because I have an insulin pump. And I can just dial up insulin as I need it. But if I go out and, I don't know, they're going out for a slice of pizza or whatever, I can control the insulin then. The insulin isn't stored in me. Like, I don't shoot up with a large amount of insulin and then sort of say, okay, I'm going to go out and eat all day. You're going to go low that time. So everything in diabetes care is a teeter-totter. You've got to make sure everything stays balanced. Nowadays, you don't have to sit there with a scale. When I started, you had to sit there, you had to weigh everything. Now, if you're taking shots a couple of times a day right now, yes, you're going to have to eat on a regular basis. And I can remember I would forget. I didn't do it on purpose. I forgot to have my mid-afternoon snack. And my blood sugars were on very much the lower side when I got home. Now, I don't really have snacks because I don't need it to curb and I don't need the extra calories. However, I know I have a weight problem. And I think a lot of it, that in the back recesses of my mind, I have sat there and said, oh, I've got to eat to keep my blood sugar. Now, I think I've talked to you about I'm on a Better Meals program, and they have my meals set out, and it's all pretty good. My meals are set out so that I have enough to go on. In the morning, I have toast and peanut butter. In the mid-morning, I have an entree, and I get 2 desserts because they're lower carbs than having the soup. But that may be something if you live alone and you don't know what to take for lunch or whatever. Do that. Now, if you fall off the wagon and you forgot your lunch at home or whatever, yeah, you can go out and maybe try fast foods once in a while, but not every day. You need to be certain that you are taking care of you, and eating is part of it. I don't care whether you're a diabetic or not. Eating. Now, I'm not talking a gross amount of foods, but anyone can speak to a dietitian. So, remember, eating is part of your diabetes treatment, and you need to care of you. And you know what? Chances are things will work out for the best if you just follow the straight and narrow. Hope that helps a bit. Have a great day. I'll talk with you later. Bye.